And we're back. Give everybody a moment to join. Just sit around. Days of Future Past. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm just going to actually share. I'm just going to copy video link. Hey, I got one person. Just going to share this on my community page just so everybody who wants to see this can join on in. Just gonna paste X-Men Days of Future Past. Possibly, maybe this could be the favorite. This could be my favorite one. Basically, because it has for me the best of all the worlds. Hey, Batfan. It has the best of the First Class universe. It has the best of the regular universe all matched together in a well-worked piece. It introduces some new things. Yes, theatrical version. I'm not watching the road cut. I don't have the road cut. I want to eventually one day watch the road cut, but that'll have to wait. I'm just watching the theatrical release because I figure most people probably don't have the road cut, and if they do, I mean, the road cut has the theatrical one as well. So yeah, we'll get this started at the 2:30 minute or 2 minutes and 30 seconds range like last time. Just so everybody know, as I say, like when this movie came out, I was not really looking forward to it. I'd kind of gone apathetic towards the X-Men movies, but it was playing around my birthday, and I saw it with my friend Dr. J and my friend Lex Presley, who have both been on this channel before, and we like loved it. It was so weird because we all also watched First Class together. We all hated it. And then we watched Days of Future Past together, and we all loved it. It was like, how is this like the sequel to that movie? Like, what is going on right now? But yeah, all right, let's get this thing started, and we'll see how it holds up. X-Men Days of Future Past. We're going to start this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Now, does this one have the X? The other ones haven't had the X fade out. I want to see if this one does. We got Bryan Singer back directing it, even though he's a terrible person. But, I mean, I feel like he would do it. Are you going to do it? Did you do it? I love that. There it is! There's the flippin' X! That's why this movie is good. They did the X thing. But did you hear they added, like, a slight touch of the X-Men theme into the score? This movie has one heck of an opening. Man, if I was rating the openings of all these movies, man, that would have been hard to do. I think I would have put like Nightcrawler number 1, Magneto's Jewish youth camp days number 2. This could be number 3. The future.
A dark, desolate world.
2020. 2020.
Suffering. Loss. On both sides.
Yeah.
Mutants. And the humans who dared to help them.
I like this intro too.
Fighting an enemy we cannot defeat.
It's interesting just because it's like they made the Sentinels to attack mutants, but humans lead to mutants, so the only way to stop them is to stop both. I'm not sure why they put them into camps and why they don't just wipe them out.
Are we destined down this path? Destined to destroy ourselves?
This was 2020 Peter. We were all screwed. I mean, it's not so impossible.
Can we evolve fast enough to change ourselves?
Who is this guy?
Change our fate.
I gotta say,
Future truly set.
is there no fate but what we make? Here we go. It's a homage to the original X-Men cheesy opening, but it makes it its own thing. It looks a lot better than those openings ever did. They look are so cheesy. Get that music going. It's the DNA hitting with the attacking of the Sentinel genes. That's pretty cool. This felt such like a return to form. This movie, it was like, oh wow, this feels great. This feels cool. That music's back. That score is great. The X-Men Days of Future Past, baby. And it closes with the X thing. Yay! Bad fan, you might be right. I'm not going to give away what the rankings are because I'm trying to rank it not on personal experience. I'm talking what is the best X-Men movie of all time. So in the rankings, it'll be interesting to. I think it's gonna be an interesting battle to see which ones come out on top. But this is definitely in the running for best X-Men movie of all time. Look at that! Look at those Sentinels. I remember when I first saw this part, I was a little bit peeved. Like, oh, these don't look like Sentinels, but we do get the classic Sentinels later in the movie. And we get the classic Sentinels later in the movie, and so because of that, I'm not minded by these Sentinels. We got night. We get. Look, we got some mutants here that we don't get introductions, but these are for like the comic book fans. We got Nighthawk. We got Blink. We got there's Colossus. You know, I never thought to check. Is that the same actor from the from the other X-Men movies? I mean, we got Kitty Pryde returning from the other X-Men movies. Yeah, Blink is like MVP of these battles. They are playing the portals in this movie, and they are doing such a good job. Like Blink would be. Was it GLaDOS? They would be her best friends. And she's just like, yoink! Iceman! We finally get to see Iceman do stuff other than just. And it's the same actor. He's great. And the effect is pretty cool. And it moves quickly so you don't get to look at it. It's like, oh, that's kind of fake. That is super cool. He just absorbs Cyclops or his powers, and then just man, they show these Sentinels to be really dangerous. That's one thing. It's just like Sentinels never really felt all that dangerous before the they're just robots. Oh, here, pause for a second. I'll pause for a second. Faith and Ministry, we are 6 minutes and 16 seconds in. Do you need me to pause just so you know? So are you watching? Are you using your own device? Or like, are you 6 minutes and 16 seconds in? We're not that far. We're just through the big fight scene with the Sentinels. Okay, I'm just gonna continue on. Let me know if you need me to pause it. 6 minutes and 16 seconds in, and we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we get Bishop finally. I know he doesn't really get to do anything. I remember being like, no, Iceman! No! Iceman, no! Why? Why would you do this? Look at that. Look at that. It is such great effects here. Now you're playing with portals. I don't know if we ever really get a good shot of what Nighthawk can do. Other than he has blades. Yeah, I mean, I guess because they're not using Bishop's story, they still want to be using him in there, but I think it's too late. You know, it's like you can't give him the big story arc because and it's like, what happened? What's going on? What's going on? What happened? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what happened here. Nothing happened? Well, Cerebro, you don't have as many lights in here as you used to.
The father.
I do love like these suits that they have in the future. These are less like costumes, and these are battle armor. This is something that was ready for war. Just chilling out the Wall of China. Hey, we got Storm. See, that's the other thing is like by this point, all these actors had moved on to bigger and better things, but they were still able to bring them back, even though they didn't necessarily have the biggest roles. I mean, obviously, Hugh Jackman has a big role in this, but I mean, Storm doesn't really, and yet they bring her back, and it's unlike the first one where she doesn't get a lot to do. It's more like there's a lot of characters who don't get a lot to do in this one, but you are following them and you still want to see their journey, and they give them all individual moments to make them do cool, badass stuff. Where the first one, they just barely had any time to even give them a moment. Still, it would have been nice to see Nightcrawler here, but I think with Blink, you can't really have them both.
Professor!
Bobby.
You kid.
Professor, you made it.
Hey.
Whenever the Sentinels attack, Warpath spots them. And I send Bishop back.
Oh, Warpath, not Nighthawk. Oh my gosh, I was saying the flipping character from Mortal Kombat. That's bad.
Because we never were. What do you mean you were never there?
She projects Bishop back in time a few days to warn the others of the coming attack.
So she sends Bishop back in time.
They'll adjust his consciousness into his younger self, his younger body.
Well,
this might just work, Charles.
What might work?
The Sentinel program was originally conceived by Dr. Bolivar Trask. In the early 70s, he was one of the world's leading weapons designers.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
Covertly,
He adds a lot to a role where he doesn't necessarily need to add a lot.
using their gifts to fuel his own research. There was one mutant who had discovered what he was doing.
Mutants with the ability to transform herself into anyone. Mystique.
Yeah, we all know Colossus.
We met when we were children, grew up together.
You know what?
She was like a sister to me.
Here's the thing. I never liked the First Class timeline.
But only since he
But
was
when
away.
Patrick Stewart says it, I kind of believe it more. Don't you?
Hunted Trask across the world. And at the Paris Peace Accords in 1973, after the Vietnam War, she found Trask and killed him. It was the
Who's your favorite X-Men back then?
But killing Trask did not have the outcome she expected. It only persuaded the government of the need for his program. They captured her, tortured her, experimented on her. In her DNA, they discovered
Nightcrawler, yes.
the powers of transformation. It gave them the key they needed.
It's interesting because, as I've always said, Mystique was this X-Men movies franchise Iron Man, the character that they did the most to make
So many of our
power, popular and whatnot.
But it all started that day.
And this whole thing,
The day she first killed. The day she truly became Mystique.
You want to go back there?
If I can get to her, stop the assassination, keep her out of their hands, then we can stop the Sentinels from ever being born. And end this war before it ever begins.
Magneto, I like the way Magneto comes across. He comes at all of his lines are like regretful.
Maybe a month. You're talking about going back decades. He was the most powerful brain in the world, Professor. But the mind can only stretch so far before it snaps. It would rip you apart. I'm sorry. No one could survive that trip.
What if someone's mind has a way of snapping back? What if someone can heal as fast as they're ripped apart?
I mean, look, Kitty getting these powers out of nowhere makes no sense. It doesn't even work with her abilities. But okay, you want to make her part of the story, especially since she was a big part of the original X-Men Days of Future Past story. But
Spread out.
it makes sense why Logan has to be. It doesn't feel like he's forced into here. It's a good explanation. You need Logan to be the one to go back in time to do this stuff. Because nobody else can.
So I wake up in my younger body, God knows where. Then what?
You'll need to go to my house and find me. Convince me of all of this.
Won't you be able to just read my mind?
I didn't have my powers in 1973.
This moment's just like, say what? What do you mean?
What I once did for you.
And that's an interesting dynamic. Logan, the lost soul, has to now become the leader to the person who guided him, and now he is lost.
This is my strongest suit. You'll need me as well.
No, you won't!
After Mystique left Charles, she came with me, and I set her on a dangerous path.
You will be fine without Magneto. And
side by side
this doesn't make... Look, Magneto...
Where do
I don't feel like this is Magneto trying to be like, I'm going to backstab everybody, even in the past. I think Magneto seriously thinks that he needs him, but he underestimates his hate of his younger self.
Once you wake up, whatever you've done will take hold and become history. And for the rest of us, it'll be the only history that we know. It'll be like the last 50 years never happened. In this world, in this war.
I prefer to view this movie and Logan as like different branches in the timeline.
I need you to clear your head and to stay as calm as possible. If your mind gets rocky, it'll be harder for me to hold you. You could start to slip between past and future.
What if I need to get a little rocky?
Think peaceful thoughts?
Peaceful thoughts. You have any good news?
Oh. I mean, you don't really age, so you'll pretty much look the same.
We won't have much time in the past. Sentinels will find us. They always do.
And this time we won't be able to run. We'll have no escape.
Well, maybe you should go to a more secure place.
You really think this will work? I have faith in him. So hidden and right about his life. We'd be young,
We didn't know anything about it. We will now.
We will now. It's an interesting thing to see Xavier and Magneto side by side here at the end of the world, and nobody. Maybe you should have strapped him down. I mean, he still does have claws after all. Ah, lava lamps. I mean, I think Logan's like, oh, why couldn't you have sent me back like 10 minutes earlier? Or, I mean, a day earlier, whatever. Man, looking at this now, I didn't realize that Hugh Jackman was way more jacked in this film in the last one than he was in the first couple X-Men movies. Like, think about it. If they did this plan without Magneto, it probably would have worked a lot easier. Magneto does not make this easier for them. He makes this a lot harder. Whoa, there we go. Big old butt shot. Hello, Hugh Jackman's buns. You know what? Hugh Jackman aged very gracefully, and they're very lucky that he did, because he could have aged a lot sooner, and this character would have been ruined. All right, no time to waste, Logan. Get dressed.
Hey, what's going on?
What?
How are you?
Get dressed.
Hey, I don't know what's going on.
What's going on is supposed to be guarding boss's daughter, not screwing her.
I didn't sleep with her.
No.
No. I mean, yes, I slept with her many times, but that wasn't me. That was the old me. I just got here like 20 seconds ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And what happened to your clothes?
No. Oh. Would you believe me if I told you I was sent here from the future?
Get out of here, swear.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of this comedian.
I mean, you're gonna give me the keys to your car and some money for gas, or you're gonna wake up in a hospital. Trust me, I know how these things play out.
Oh, because you're from the future.
No. Because of these.
I like how he's surprised for a second that he has, like, oh, right, they're not metal. You know. You know, Logan, maybe those guys were important to the timeline. Peaceful thoughts. Phone booths! I know what those are. Looking for see if there's like a beep, beep. Nope, not yet.
We are
This is
reviewing
the
all of our defense expenditures, and all the black books are being opened. We can't support a weapon that targets our own citizens. If these mutants, as you describe, are already living among us, then they are living here peacefully.
We haven't had an incident in over 10 years.
After what happened in Cuba, that was never confirmed.
We have very real enemies out there, the Russians, the Chinese.
We are talking about a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of our population.
Allow me to read something to you.
Please.
This was acquired by our friends at the CIA. It's a dissertation written by a mutant
I mean,
at Oxford University.
here's the thing.
And I quote, "To Homo
Trask
neanderthalensis, his mutant cousin
being
Homo
played by Peter Dinklage is a great choice.
was an aberration. The arrival of the mutated humans
He,
was
it's
followed by
almost,
the immediate
without even saying anything, just because of his character's size, it almost feels like there's a little bit of an inferiority complex.
We are the Neanderthals.
Speak for yourself, Dr. Trask.
You know,
Because of his
when
size,
you
it's like an inferiority complex, but it goes deeper than that.
You underestimated your enemy. You do that to this enemy. It won't be some border skirmish halfway around the world. This time the war will be for our street.
And he's just so good at this. Like, Trask has always been just a stupid, run-of-the-mill bureaucrat douchebag.
It'll be too late.
But he plays it really good.
In one lifetime.
And it's interesting because
We're sorry, Dr.
this is the first time, I think, for the comic books at least, they hired a guy, a little person, as a character who was not originally a little person. You know, he was not intended from the start to be, you know, from the comics. It's not like he was a short person.
Just here to give our boys a proper send-off.
Sorry, sir, but we have orders. This is a quarantined area.
Stand aside, soldier. That's an order.
Anyways, yeah. Just Peter Dinklage is great. Great casting choice. I mean, I'd put him in anything. Flippin' heck, if they hired Peter Dinklage as Superman, I'd be okay with it. There's always so many X-Men. Hey, is that Spike? Alex is like, what? I'm not gay. Wait a minute, that's Toad. I've been waiting for Toad to show up in these old movies, and now we found him. That's Toad.
It's all getting packed up and shipped back.
Where's the killing?
Same place they are. Trask Industries. Let's go, Dylan. Taking you out of this shit show.
Shipping home?
Not just yet.
What are you doing with those?
It's going to make your ride a little smoother. Return you to a private facility where we can run a few more tests.
I mean, young Stryker, I don't necessarily think.
You're not in our military. Private out. We're authorized to remand these men.
These troops are going home.
Well, Colonel, I don't believe you have jurisdiction in this matter.
I'm afraid I do, son.
I'm sorry, who are you?
The question is, Major, who are you?
I turned into your dad once. Hey, you should have killed him right there, Mystique. Would have saved us all some trouble. At least Mystique's fighting is back to being awesome. Oh, wait, what does that guy do? There we go. It's Toad, even though he looks nothing like the original one, but okay.
Raven.
That's not my name. I had that.
I know.
She's also shot better. The makeup looks better.
I'm on my own now.
On her, and look, Jennifer Lawrence is allowed to play Mystique more. She's more tortured. She's more dark. There's a more sinister tone to her voice. It's not a perfect rendition of Mystique. The Mystique stuff that I still don't like in First Class is still here, but it's better.
You're from where, sorry? I was not over. The enemy's still out there.
Yep, see you later when you die in the next one. Here's the thing. They let Jennifer Lawrence play herself way more times in this movie than the other actress ever did.
Where they go? Two privates, where they go? What's the target?
You're looking for your privates? Come on, where's your privates? Mystique literally goes by Sanders. Yeah, Christian, I will eventually try to get these. Like, they've all been copyright claims so far, unfortunately, all these live streams. But I will try to get that challenge them, because since I'm not using any of the footage just in the background, I think it should be okay. But maybe you'll be able to watch that. Anyways, yeah, it's not like he could have intercepted them when they landed at all. Excuse me. Beast.
Yeah, what happened to school? School's been shut for years. Are you a parent? Sure so hope not. Who are you? Hank. Hank McCoy, I look after the house. You're a beast? Look at you. I guess you're a late bloomer. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not actually late. So where's the professor? There's no professor here. Pretty strong for a scrawny kid. Sure there's not a little beast in there. Come on, beast. He's not here. Come on, beastie. I said, oh, she needs to leave. Not until I see the professor. There's no professor here. I told you that. Look, kid.
I like this scene. He just punches him.
Don't know it. Professor?
You know, I don't like that he's able to change back and forth, that he's found a way to do that. I've always liked Beast just being Beast all the time and then having to live with that. That's a good scene, just him flying across it.
What's going on here?
And it's like, say, what? Why is he
What, you know this guy?
Yeah, he looks slightly familiar. Get off the bloody chandelier. You can walk. You're a perceptive one. I thought, Eric. I think it's slightly perplexing that you managed to miss our sign on the way in. This is private property, my friend. I'm going to have to ask him to ask you to leave. Well, afraid I can't do that because I was sent here for you. Well, tell whoever it was that sent you that I'm busy. It's going to be a little tricky because the person who sent me was you. What? About 50 years from now.
50 years from now, like in the future, 50 years from now?
Yeah.
I sent you from the future.
Yeah. Piss off.
It's like...
If you had your powers, you know I was telling the truth.
How did you know I don't have none?
Who are you? I told you. You CIA? No. You've been watching me. I know you, Charles. We've been friends for years. And then your powers came when you were 9.
One of my favorite bloopers of all time.
Voices in your head.
One of my favorite bloopers of all time was the scene where he's sending Logan back, and he's like, and Patrick Stewart's like, "When I was young, I looked just like James McAvoy." It's a great scene.
You've piqued my interest. What do you want?
We have to stop rape. I need your help. We need your help.
I think I'd like to wake up now. What does she have to do with this? So you're saying that they took Raven's power and what? They went.
Yeah, you know it's funny.
She is unique.
Yeah, she is.
In the beginning, Sentinels were just targeting you.
Yeah, it's a great blooper. It feels like something out of
We
Deadpool.
eventually have mutant children, grandchildren. Many of the humans tried to help us. It was a slaughter. Leaving only the worst of humanity in charge. I've been in a lot of wars.
It's
I've never seen anything like this. It all starts with her.
But let's just say that for the sake.
it's an interesting.
Just say that
You know, it's funny. I just want to keep watching the movie. I'm trying to not to comment on it too much because I just want to watch it. This is a great movie.
and soul belongs to someone else.
I know. That's why we're gonna need Magneto too. Eric, you do know where he is. Yeah.
He's where he belongs.
Well, that's it. You're just gonna walk out?
All top marks. Like I said, you are presented.
Professor I know would never turn his back on someone who lost their path, especially someone you love.
You know, I think I do remember you now.
I do like this callback.
We came to you a long time ago seeking your help. And I'm going to say to you what you said to us then. Fuck off.
He said go F yourself, actually, not F off.
Good people, friends. If you want to wallow in self-pity and do nothing, then you're going to watch the same thing, you understand? We all have to die sometime.
Come on, Xavier. I mean, James McAvoy does a really good job in here as young Xavier.
What the hell happened to him? Lost everything. Eric, Raven, me, his legs. We built the school, the labs, this whole place. And just after the first semester, the war in Vietnam got worse.
Yeah, I like that they use the timeline.
All their students were drafted. I mean, it broke him. He retreated into himself.
I think the timeline of the world to their advantage.
To treat his fire, derived from the same formula that helps me control my mutation. I take just enough to keep myself balanced, but he takes too much.
Dude, you're his flippin' druggie at this point, Beast. Is pimp? No, is dealer. That's what I'm looking for. That user.
It's not enough. He's just lost too much.
Well, he still has a rich mansion that he lives in, so. Yeah, I mean, it shows that not everyone all the time. That not everyone all the time is who they become, you know? Look, I'm always saying this, that I don't like the Mystique thing, but they do the best with it was what they could. They were in the hole, you know? You can't just pretend like it didn't happen. Use it. Use it to your advantage. And that's what I love. When movies or books or whatever, when they're in a hole, they spin it around and use it to their advantage. It's the Creed thing. Creed 2, actually. It's like, oh, my dad was killed in a really bad Rocky film. Let's make that into a big franchise.
A murderer. You think you can convince Raven to change, to come home? That's splendid.
But what makes you think you can change him?
Because you and Eric sent me back here together. The room they're holding him in was built during the Second World War when there was a shortage of steel. So the foundation is pure concrete and sand.
Yeah, I like this heist. I love this heist.
The most heavily guarded building on the planet.
Why is he in there?
What you forgot to mention?
JFK. He killed.
What else explains a bullet miraculously curving through the air? Eric's always had a way with guns. You sure you want to carry on with this?
Yeah, this is your planet, not mine. We don't have any resources to get us in.
All ours. It's just me and Hank.
I know a guy. Yeah, he'd be a young man. Right outside of DC. He could get into anywhere. Just don't know how the hell we can find him. That's cerebral out the question. We have a phone book.
We have a phone book. I do like that line. Magnet heist, yes.
I just came to grab a couple files. Is that a new scarf? It's nice.
It's
Thank you.
Yeah. We get Mystique. Her powers are interesting because we don't usually see her grow all that much in size, except for 2 times when she poses as Charles's parent, and here when she goes from Trask to Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique. And this is interesting. He's like, hey, remember, you ever wonder what happened to all those other X-Men that you never cared about? Let's kill them. They died. This actually reminds me of X2. Mystique going off on her own, finding and uncovering mysteries. It actually really harkens back to her character in that movie. The early designs of the Sentinels. These is classic Sentinels, and we get to see them too. Autopsy reports. This is straight up Incredibles. Hey, Azazel's dead. Angel's dead, so we can make room for new Angel.
We added some names to the Paris meeting.
Thank you.
Is something wrong, sir?
No, it's nothing. Would you mind taping up my itinerary?
It's pretty cool. Although I didn't see Banshee on there. Was Banshee on there? I know Angel was there. Maximoff.
What's he done now? I'll just write you a check for whatever he took.
We just need to talk.
I like how she's just like, whatever.
The cops are here again.
And I didn't even know Quicksilver was in this movie when I saw it. And I was like, oh, okay, oh, cool.
I'm here all day.
I like how he's like,
Relax.
not even.
How'd you know we got a rental car? I checked your registration when we walked through the door. I also had some time to kill, so I went through your rental agreement and started from out of town. FBI? No, you're not cops. Get us with this Gibson Doctor's place.
That's an old car.
What is fascinating?
He's a pain in the ass.
What, a teleporter? No, it's just fast. When I know him, he wasn't so young. Young? You're just old.
So you're not afraid to show your powers?
Powers? What powers? What are you talking about? Is there something strange here? Nothing anybody would believe if you told me.
Yeah, he's just a cocky douchebag teen, and he's hilarious. This guy is super great.
Secure facility to get someone out. Prison break? That's illegal, you know.
Yeah.
If you get caught. So what's in it for me?
You, kleptomaniac, get to break into the Pentagon.
I mean, it's.
How do I know I can trust you? Because we're just like you.
Sure.
I mean, when you compare some claws to his super speed.
It's cool. It's disgusting.
See, this guy kills it as Quicksilver. He is egotistical, full of himself, but he's so fun. Wow, that is a terrible hat. That is a terrible hat. It's like everybody, one of the biggest problems I can say about X-Men Days of Future Past is that there's not more Quicksilver. Because he steals the show and the scenes he's in, and then he's out for the rest of the movie. You're all like, what the heck? Why'd you get rid of him? I love how silent he is too when he moves. Just I mean, he's already in clothes and uniforms, and that is a heck of a lot amount of duct tape. Plastic guns.
What's going on? Damn it, call me.
Sanford and Son. I mean, he's showing his face, but then again, I guess they're watching. The cameras are all out. Here's the thing. Why do they keep Magneto alive? I'm sure that they would make an exception for the death penalty here. How do you even get into the room? Like, I get... Michael Fassbender. And then... It's great. He's just vibrating his hands. He has this twisted smile. Exactly, bad. I just kind of just want to watch the movie. What is Beast doing this whole time? Magneto has no clue what's going on.
And 20 guards will be here to shoot us. That's what we're waiting for. What are you doing? I'm holding next to you, little whiplash. What?
Whiplash. Then whoop! Everyone down like bowling pins. And then he just changes. I will admit, his outfit's not really that cool, but they do the best with it. And it actually is kind of cool when he's moving super fast in a few seconds.
What's due? What's due? What's due? Why the heck are you in there?
For killing the president. Anything I'm guilty of. Fighting people like us.
You take karate? You know karate move?
I don't know karate. I know crazy.
What does the karate have to do with anything?
My associate and I can worry. We are Special Operations CVMECI.
Wow, Charles, are you sober?
It's imperative that you understand we are in complete lockdown situation. We have to get into the third floor.
Yep. And knocked out.
Hold on, sir. Are you finished? They told me you control metal. Okay. You know, my mom.
See, this movie understands flipping everything. Because there's that quick line. My mom knew a guy who can do that. It's such a great line, and here's the thing: to walk the tightrope of a comic book movie, you have to do the best of making a good movie, but also relaying yourselves to the fans. That little line means nothing to anybody who doesn't know the movie, but to a comic book fan, it makes you go, that little makes your heart jump inside your chest.
I need your word, Eric. Hold it right there!
Charles.
Don't move. Hands up, or we will shoot.
Freeze him, Charles. Hands up.
Hands up.
And he was like, well, if you're not going to do anything, I'll do it. And here it is. I love this scene. And it's so good because there's no hurry with him. He's so doing this so casually. He doesn't stop the bullets first. He walks around the room, gives himself a fun little loop, and it's flip, poke. Oh, the vibrations on his face. A little smack. That little dish soaring through his hair. That probably would have chopped off his head in real life. It gives him a wedgie. The so unseriousness about it, and he makes a guy punch himself. The music is the perfect choice, and then after he's taken out all the guards, then that's when he decides to stop the bullets. Oh no, he's not even there yet. He'll knock the blades out of the way, swing their guns towards their face. Says, hey, I like that hat. I'm going to take that hat. He's like, oh, shoot, I forgot about the bullets. All right, well, we'll move that one over there, move that one over here, then we'll move that one out of the way here. Okay, now nobody should get hit. I'll just get that there. All right, now we're good. Everyone's good to go. All right, let's do it. Then it's all over in a second. That is spectacular. Spectacular movie making at its finest. Those are the type of scenes that make kids and any adult watches go, oh, I wish I had super speed. Dang.
Peter, thank you very, very much. Take care.
Hey, I saw you flight in the cockpit. Why are you going to Paris?
And then I was so mad that he didn't come into the rest of the film.
Imagine if they were metal.
Imagine if they were metal.
Do me a favor and return it for me.
Okay, Peter?
Take it slow.
Where did they dig you up? You're going to find this hard to believe, but
You sent me. You and Charles. From the future.
Yep. It's like, say what? He's just contemplating all of it. And he's always planning his next move.
How did you lose them? The treatment for my spine fixed my DNA.
you sacrificed your powers so you could walk.
I sacrificed my powers so that I could see.
It's
I lost my fair share.
Huh. Dry your eyes, Eric. Doesn't justify what you've done.
You've no idea what I've done.
I know that you took the things that mean the most to me.
Well, maybe you should have fought harder for them.
If you want to fight, Eric, I will give you a fight.
Let him go.
You abandoned me. You took her away, and you abandoned me.
Angel. As Emma. Archie.
You've been brothers and sisters, all dead. Experimented on. Butcher. Eric, where were you, Charles? We were supposed to protect them.
I like that there's
You and Hank, pretending to be something you're not. Eric.
I like this scene because there's blame to go around. Magneto has a point. A lot of mutants died and Charles wasn't there to help them. But Charles is right too. He just left him there dying on the beach. There's blame with both sides in this.
So you were always an asshole.
Logan,
I take it we're best buddies in the future.
diplomat.
Spent a lot of years trying to bring you does that work out for you? You like me. You're a survivor.
Always were. You're a survivor. Just like Stryker told him.
Make all that shit up.
You're a survivor. Gives a little bit of a correlation between Wolverine and Magneto. No matter what happens, they always survive. So he's Vietnamese? Oh, right. I always hated Raven's big fur collar thing. This. I'm alone. Yeah, I really don't like this big fur thing that they got going on with her. I mean, it's good for, like, Mystique always uses her feminine wiles. Yeah, I know it's the 70s. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Lady, show me more, baby.
Show me more, baby. Hey, look, guy. I don't know why the face you're making is.
What's the matter, baby? You don't think I look pretty like this?
I guess Xavier wasn't concerned enough with saving this guy's life. Although, I guess she just knocked him out. You know what I miss? The distortion in her voice. You know, the voice. When Mystique talked, there was a little bit of a distortion to it, making it sound really echoey. And that's the thing that I think is missing. I think that line would have sounded better if it had that little bit of an echo to it. It would have been darker, would hit in a little bit more. Brings out the chessboard. Chess, these two, always playing chess. It's consistent throughout all the movies.
I haven't had a real sip in 10 years. I didn't kill the president. The bullet curved Eric because I was trying to save him. They took me out before I could. Why would you try and save him? Because he was one of us.
That's such an interesting idea. JFK was a flipping mutant. Why else did he want to go to the moon? Oh, that's too bad. I hope they stop that. Maybe it's...
They said they were coming after us. I never imagined they'd use Raven's DNA to do it. When did you not see her? They left you down.
I don't know.
How was she?
Sorry, bad fan. I hope it maybe if you exit and come back in.
Well, how was she? She was alive.
I mean, this is the first.
I could see why she had so much tape.
This is the first time we get some confirmation that they were together as a couple.
She's out there fighting for our cause. Of course. Girl I raised, she was not capable of killing. Didn't raise her. You grew up with her. She couldn't stay a little girl forever. That's why she left. Because you got inside her head. That's not my power.
That's not my
She made a choice. But now we know what that choice means, don't we? She's going to murder Trask. They're going to capture her. And then they're going to wipe us out. Not if we get to her first. Not if we change history tomorrow.
See, here's the thing. The plan is the same for both of them,
I'm sorry, Charles.
but the details are different for both of them. That's always a thing. The goal has always been the same for both Xavier and Magneto, but the way is different. So we all think the thing is like, oh, stop her from killing Trask. But Magneto is more pragmatic than that. He's like, they can use her DNA to make these monster-killing robots. So the only way to be safe completely from this future happening is to kill Mystique and make sure they never get a hold of her DNA. He's not wrong, guys. I mean, in terms of military strategy, Magneto's tactics would be the best and safest option. To kill Mystique, kill her, make sure they never get her hands on her DNA and can never use it to create the Sentinels.
Summit doesn't begin for another hour. The hotel's arranged a private room upstairs for your special guests. That'll be plenty of time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Thank you for coming. Congratulations on winning this war. Now, I know you all have hands to shake and photos to take downstairs, so I will get right to the point. There is a new enemy out there. An enemy that will render your arsenals useless, your armies powerless, and your nations defenseless. You'll need a new weapon for this war.
Yeah.
I call them Sentinels.
Here's the thing. Sentinels at this time period would be like massive, powerful
They have the aeronautic capabilities of a jet. Armed with guns that can fire
weapons.
2,000 rounds per minute of thermoceramic ammunition. But size, power, speed, you could find that at Lockheed or Boeing. No. What makes the Sentinel so special is the ability to target the mutant X gene. A genetic guidance that can lock onto a mark half a mile
Here's the funny thing about this. Stryker was never that big of a villain in the comics, but the performance by Brian Cox in the X2 is so good that Stryker keeps on appearing all over the place.
Unless there's an urgent.
Yes, Magneto's. I believe you're right. Magneto's way is the most correct, as the most efficient, but Charles's way is the most way to build bridges.
Don't make mistakes. What are you?
I assure you.
No, don't you?
I assure you. I don't know what you're talking about.
This. I mean, her fight scenes are back to being incredible. That guy looked like Dwight. I don't know. Yeah, you take those tasers, Stryker. You take them for a bit.
We've come for you, Eric and I.
Yeah. Have you?
I made you.
He looks at it and he sees it, Stryker. These are great little moments like this. I love this. And because of that, his brain starts freaking out and he starts losing his connection.
Eric,
Eric, what are you doing?
Securing our future. Forgive me, Mystique. As long as you're out.
He calls her by her mutant name.
Eric.
He.
Stop it.
Go.
And he does it. And I love this. He shoots it with his magnetic powers, and he uses the bullet to follow her. Oh. Yeah, and the flashback is the old grimy flashbacks from just like the dark ones, just like the first. See, that's why this movie, it's such a love letter to the original X-Men movies, but it also is it's a love letter to the original X-Men movies, but it's also a continuation. It's a continuation of the franchise. This movie is so good. It has. And once again, Magneto is not someone who takes joy in this. He does. He says, "I'm sorry, Mystique, but to ensure our future, you have to die." Hey, Mystique, that's blackface. She gets scratched. And this is terrifying. Like, Mystique is being dragged to her death by a man that she loved. This is just like the first, or X3, but in a bigger, more emotionally built up way.
How did I get here? You came to us. Who are you? Charles. Oh, Charles Xavier. I don't know you. Huh? What the hell is that? Whoa. Oh, I can deal with this. Just go.
He truly is sorry. He doesn't want to do this, but it's the most efficient solution. You have to stop this future from happening. Killing Mystique is the most efficient way. The makeup still looks great.
Charles Xavier, you spent the last couple of days with us. You're on acid.
You're on acid?
Acid.
I love that. You're on acid. It's like, yeah. The footage, the 70s, but this is something that apparently they never had showing mutant powers, and it's all caught on tape and on film. And then we get, and I think if you look closely, you can see that old guy running past. Yeah, Eric's like, look, Beast, you're powerful enough, but I'm flipping Magneto. Don't even think you're on my level here.
Just hold on tight, we'll get through this together. Oh, gee. She's wounded pretty bad.
And they change the look, and it's just like, it's not just the first X-Men that they're referring to, it's all of them. The X-Men franchise, and he just throws them away like they're nothing. This movie has everything. It has everything. It's a perfect love letter to the original X-Men, but it's also a continuation of the new X-Men. And then everyone's looking at him like the monster. He's like, and everyone runs away in fear. You know, it would have been good if he had someone who could heal people.
What happened to you? I just saw someone who's going to bring me a lot of pain someday.
Yeah, I love that line. I just saw someone who's going to bring me a lot of pain someday.
Go on. What? We have to get out of here.
And this just made, and now you're just like, everything is worse.
Yesterday, Paris Peace was rocked by the appearance of unidentified assailants, a likely which the world has never seen. Mass hysteria has gripped the nation as people ask, where do they
Are they
Most importantly, are they friend or foe?
That was London correspondent Toby Elliott. What the hell are we doing here? Off the record. 2 days ago.
Yeah, let's turn off the tapes. Good idea.
From a maximum security prison inside the Pentagon. We believe this woman is a former sociologist. They were together at Cuba the day of the crisis in '62. He was also implicated in Kennedy's assassination.
What about that thing? We don't know what that thing is, sir. Actually, we really don't know what any of them are.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Oh, Trask, you're so small there, I didn't even see you.
He has the power to control metal. Last I checked, that's what most of your weapons were made of. And she can transform into anyone. A general, a secret serviceman, even you, Mr. President.
That's good foreshadowing. She is gonna turn into the president.
And that's only 2 of them.
Well, do we have any countermeasures? Any defense?
I was waiting for you to ask me that question.
Trask.
An experimental program, sir, strictly off the books.
Trask is ready, prepared. He's the road cut is the superior version. I want to see the road cut. More of this movie can only be a good thing. And wrapping up Roach's character arc, I'm all for that.
I have 8 prototypes ready to go. They're built out of space-age polymer, not an ounce of metal.
Oh man.
I want to make a demonstration. I want the world to know that we can protect them. What do you need to do?
No, it's interesting because
Congress. Unfortunately, they elected to shut me down. It's going to cost a bit more to turn them on.
Whatever you need.
Oh, and one more thing. If we do manage to capture them, I would like her for research purposes, of course.
And yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. She didn't get captured, so time should be changed up a little bit.
Pouvez-vous vous imaginer faire face à un miroir et voir ça en train de vous fixer? Oui, je peux.
Because I'm that lady. Oh yeah, it is.
À votre avis, vous regardez. Vous pensez qu'elle a une famille? Yes. She does.
Yeah, Yeah, I forgot that he took the film. I didn't even realize what he was doing here the first time I saw this, but he is studying the blueprints of the Sentinels and how to program them. And that's how later in the film he's able to do it when he uses the metal rods to program them to attack humans. I didn't even really catch on to that the first time.
If I see so much as a scream, I will jam this into your throat.
How did you find me?
You taught me well.
That's not a great explanation.
I missed you.
You tried to kill me.
So the rest of us could live.
What do you mean?
I received a message from the future.
Don't lie to me.
I never have, and I never will. Humans use your blood, your genes, to create a weapon that wipes us all out.
Yeah, also the sewing of his own head, that's pretty good.
Future.
to stop me from killing you right now is carrying my future.
Nothing. Doesn't matter. They have your DNA. Your blood was on the street.
Whose blood's that?
Mine.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Plans. They're creating a weapon, and now they have what they need to take it further.
I mean, I don't think they have enough DNA.
We have to strike now, while we still hold the upper hand.
I've seen too many friends die. I don't want a war. I only want the man who murdered them.
This is war. I hand them to you. Did you lose your way while I was gone?
You lose your way.
Are you still Charles's Raven? Or are you Mystique?
I mean, oh, Michael Fassbender is so good. He is able to have just almost killed her, and now she's basically just eating out of his hand again. I love Michael Fassbender. He's a great choice for Ring Needle. I remember I wasn't fully sold on him the first time I watched First Class, but that's because I didn't really like that movie. But you know what moment I was fully sold on him 100% in this movie? You'll know when you see it.
God. What happened? I can't even walk. It just happened. I can hear that. Okay,
No, don't take the treatment.
Hey, we still together. It's not over yet. You don't believe that? How do you know? As these go, this comes back. They all come back.
McAvoy's great too, by the way. He's just such a good actor.
Look.
Winners don't use drugs.
She's still out there.
Even though he was just talking about how you took some bad ecstasy.
Charles. Now like this, I need you. I can't find Raven. Not without your powers. I had a little extra because you missed the dose.
Beast, you're a flipping dealer.
Charles.
No, I won't get my COVID shot. I've saw too many anti-vaxxer websites. I'm just kidding. I got my second shot last week.
Hank, do me a favor. Would you help me to my study, please?
Now, don't just leave the needle lying around there, especially when you reopen this as a school later.
Are you sure about this? Absolutely not.
Hey, it's Wheels. Wheels finally gets the
creature is extraordinary. Her genes hold the key to mutation itself. I need more.
That's all they were able to scrape off the pavement in Paris.
More than blood. Need brain tissue, spinal fluid, bone marrow. Imagine sentinels that could transform, adapt to any target. If I could just get my hands.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if the road cut does this.
Decades into the future.
But I don't get how they can.
Jason? It's coming up on 10 now, if you can believe it.
Yeah, Jason.
And how many of our sons and brothers did we just ship home in body bags? Maybe 50, 55,000. How many more on the other side? Never before.
It's like I wondered if like Rogue giving up her powers actually gave them access to this. That's what I'm most curious about the Rogue cut, because Rogue is the one that can siphon abilities. and Mystique is the one that can shapeshift. I always wondered what if the Rogue and Mystique power thing together is what made the Sentinels, but they didn't really have the time for this.
I see mutants as our salvation.
The common enemy.
Common enemy.
Common struggle.
Yeah.
Against the ultimate enemy. Extinction.
This is an interesting new take on it. He's not racist in the regular way. He views mutants as a way of uniting humanity, which is Noble-esque, but he also wants to just wipe out mutants. Yeah, don't spoil it for me in the comments if that is part of it.
When was the last time you were down here?
Well, the facility's already built.
A lifetime ago.
But I guess that's okay because he did have the school with students for a while. And they did that the underground facility anyway, so because they talked about how the parents took the bunkers seriously.
She won't be moving fast.
There it is.
These are muscles I haven't stretched in a long time.
Cerebro looking great as always. It's interesting because they almost like combined the X2. They combined X2 and the first X-Men. Like the first X-Men had them moving through like a cloud, and then the second one had the lights thing. And this one definitely has the lights thing because I think that was better, more iconic. Oh boy.
Protect the generator.
I mean, all the light stuff broke over here.
It's not the machinery, is it? I can't do this. My mind, yes, you can. It won't take it to just a little rust.
You don't understand. It's not a question of being rusty. I can flip the switches. I can turn the knobs.
My power comes from here. It comes from you. And it's broken. I feel like one of my students. Helpless.
It was a mistake coming down here. It was a mistake freeing Eric. This whole thing has been one bloody mistake.
Yeah, it was a mistake freeing Eric.
You're right. I am. Actually, it was supposed to be you. But I was the only one who could physically make the trip. And I don't know how long I got here, but I do know that a long time ago, actually, a long time from now, I was your most helpless student. And you unlocked my mind. You showed me what I was. You showed me what I could be. I don't know how to do that for you. You're right, I don't. But I know something might. Look into my mind. You saw what I did to Cerebro. You don't want me inside your head. There's no damage you can do that. There's nobody that don't trust me.
I mean, yeah. I also like how this movie doesn't feel like it flows like a regular 3-act structure. It's all over the place with its pacing and stuff. Hey, look, Jean. Oh, hey, we got a quick shot from the Wolverine. X3.
Poor man, don't pass me. No, I don't want your suffering. I don't want your future. Past my future.
Look for your future. That's it.
How do you know that's it? You're just looking at him. This scene. I mean, we wanted these characters kind of together, but we didn't feel any real way to do it. And then we have this scene. The Xavier of the past and the Xavier of the future in the same scene together. It's fantastic. Oh no, I went bold.
Charles. So this is what becomes of us. Eric was right. Humanity does this to us. Not if we show from the past. You still believe just because someone stumbles, loses their way, it doesn't mean they're lost forever. Sometimes we all need a little help. I'm not the man I want. I open my mind. Little much overwhelms me. You're afraid. I'm cerebral.
Yeah, it does feel like Back to the Future, but with the exception of the first one, this is better than all the Back to the Future sequels.
It's not that pain you're afraid of. It's yours, Charles. And as frightening as it may be, that pain will make you strong. If you allow yourself to feel it, embrace it, it will make you more powerful.
Oh wow. Well, Bad Fan, thank you for sticking around even though it's super late there. It's only 12:30 here in Canada.
Bear that pain without breaking. And it's born from the most human hope.
We get to see the scenes of the students in the X-Men. Do we get to see Kitty Pryde 1, 2, and 3? Need you to hope again. This scene. I wish they didn't spoil this scene. Yeah, Logan will be next. I gotta check. Either Logan's next or Apocalypse is next. I can't remember which one came out first. I'm doing these in order of release, so I think it's gonna be Logan next, then Apocalypse, then Dark Phoenix. Seeing that one for the first time. Apocalypse, then Logan. That's what I'll double check, but I thought it was close. It was one of the two, obviously. I feel sorry for the train that comes next. But here's the thing: how is he able to make wiring through train tracks? Is that what he does? I can't remember now. Yeah, he is. He's able to corrupt the wiring somehow. But I guess he's able to make it so tiny and everything. But I don't know if he became a computer programmer. But it's one of those things you just have to accept because it leads to awesomeness. He does the same thing in X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, where he just corrupts all the Sentinels in terms of against the heroes. Here it comes, the big old fight.
She's lost too much blood. She can't keep going like this. You have no choice, Robin. Wake him up. No.
need more time. A glimpse into the past. If we wait long enough, we may set our fate on an even darker course. They need more time.
Yeah, I mean, they really made a mess of things back there. And I like that things are moving parallel. Look, why would Mystique keep being flippin' Mystique? Like her face. Why would it's always Jennifer Lawrence? She should just be.
Where you should be. I need you
To come home. I know what I need to do.
If you kill Trask, you'll be creating countless more just like it.
And I'll kill them too.
Those are Eric's words, not yours.
Oh. The girl I grew up with wasn't capable of killing. She was good, fair, full of compassion.
Yeah, well, she.
I have compassion. Just not for Trask. He's murdered too many of us.
Shut her down, Charles. Get ready. She's not missing it yet. I'm barely holding on. I'm not strong enough yet.
It's interesting. I guess she's been trained to pull him out, and since he's not.
I know what Trask has done, but killing him will not bring them back. It will set you on a path from which there is no return, an endless cycle of killing us and them till there is nothing left. But we can stop it right now, you and I. You just have to come home.
I have to. You haven't changed at all, Charles. Like I said, I know exactly what I have to do.
But I think that. Yeah, I know. I know she's a big name face. I'm just saying, if she wants to hide from people, she probably should.
She's in an airport, boarding a plane. Plane to where? Washington, D.C.
Anyways.
Hey guys, there's something I need to show you. We're going
System I designed to record any news about Paris over all three networks and PBS. All three? Wow. And PBS.
And
Good man.
Tomorrow, in front of the White House, the president will make his announcement.
This is a weird thing.
Secretary of Defense Laird, and has even sought the help of renowned scientist Oliver Trask, his special advisor to combat this mutant.
One of my favorite things is they did like things posters where it's just like then and now, like past, future with Charles and Magneto and whatnot.
News I saw in a report. They found traces of her blood in Paris. For all we know, they already have her DNA.
So, but somebody made a fake one with Boulevard Trask and this one with the big black guy from what was it? Was he in in X-Men 3?
It's like a river. You can throw a pebble into it, create a ripple, but the current always corrects itself. No matter what you do, the river just keeps flowing in the same direction.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm saying is, what if the war is inevitable? What if she's meant to kill Trask? What if this is just simply who she is?
Yeah, I think that
Just because someone stumbles and loses their way doesn't mean they're lost forever.
I think that Mystique is better in this movie. Like, for one thing, she's not trying to get in bed with every single guy in the movie. First Class, she was trying to flirt with and making out time with everybody. From her brother to her brother's friend to Beast. He's going back to the Pentagon, and he's like, "You got something of mine." Magneto, you don't agree with how he does things, but man, is the guy a bad arse. And you got the circles, the circular balls, just like in the flippin' X2. There's so many great callbacks. And it's Although that should have gone through his head, not just knock him out. Magneto would not care to not kill anyone. I think Magneto would have killed them. Oh, we got Angel's Wings, Havoc's chest piece from First Class. And then we got... I'm so glad they didn't go with the helmet from X-Men First Class, because that thing looks so stupid. The new one that he made. Just that outfit in X-Men First Class was so bad. But this is back to looking like a flippin' cool Magneto outfit. And when he gets the whole look on, it's just great.
Whatever happens today, I need you to promise me something. You looked into my mind and you've seen a lot of bad, but you've seen the good too. The X-Men. Promise me you'll find us. Use your power, bring us together.
You'll find us.
Guide us. Lead us. Storm. Scott. Jean.
Hey, her name is flippin' Aurora, not Storm. Flippin'.
We will need you, Professor.
I'll do my best.
Your best is enough. Trust me.
It's a kind of actually makes some of the conversations that Magneto and Xavier have kind of make sense. Where he's like, "You haven't told him, have you? He'll figure it out." It almost makes it feel like they are talking about how they know Logan.
10 miles.
Now, obviously, it wasn't like that intentional, but it almost feels that way. Maybe he was like, I'm about to destroy some stuff.
Thousands of people will be gathered here today. They come from all over the world to witness history, along with news crews from at least 50 different countries.
Yeah, the only person to say Aurora's name, I think, in all the X-Men films is flipping Hank Pym.
Yes, you can. These two are with me. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. That's such a great callback where the metal detectors don't go off. So many great little callback moments like that. It's such a little moment, but it gives you so much joy. Hey, look, it's Richard Nixon. You know what? Richard Nixon is in a lot of movies where he gets to do a lot of good things, and think of flipping that Doctor Who episode where he helps save the world from the Silence. But I guess in this he's still a douchebag. I am not a mutant.
We have prepared in the immortal words of Robert Oppenheimer. The world will never be the same again.
Classic Sentinels. Love these things. There she is. This, guys. Remember earlier I was saying there was a moment where I fully accepted Michael Fassbender as Magneto. This was the moment. This was the holy crap. What the flippin' crap. You know, Batman, I know you said earlier that the best scene of the movie was Quicksilver. I disagree. This is the best scene of the movie. It's epic. It's flipping fantastic. It's on par, if not better, with the bridge scene in Days of Future Past. But it's a better movie than that, so it makes it feel even more amazing.
Raven? Another?
Let me go, Charles.
There, see? See yourself. Left the stage. Go.
Oh my gosh. He lifts an entire stadium out of the flipping ground and he uses it to flipping cordon it off so nobody will be able to escape. Young Stryker isn't as good. I think he's just like he doesn't have the same swagger that Brian Cox has, and he's just a typical military douchebag face.
We're going to give it a second chance to find who we are. Don't do this.
Well, she doesn't need to do this because it's
No. But we can slow it down.
there you go, Halle Berry. Hey, she gets her first line in the movie, and it's no, I'm kidding. I think she had a line earlier, but it's not about her really. She's just here to do some cool stuff. I mean, really, if Magneto just had them turn on the humans, that could have almost been enough to avert disaster because nobody would have trusted Trask with anything ever again. Magneto is such a badass villain. I mean, even when he's not the main villain of the franchise, of the movie, he is still the best villain. Windstorm. Oh, this scene is epic too. See, this is more epic than anything in the Matrix ever did with their dark dystopian future. Yeah. Hey, back in the Oval Office. I knew it. There's another scene in the Oval Office. There's 2 X-Men fight scenes that involve the Oval Office. I love the stadium not just because it's cool, but because it's also tactically genius. He cordons them off the whole area. Nobody is able to get to him from like for hours. That we'll be able to get through there.
I want to make a statement. Now the whole goddamn world knows we can't protect them. It's damn well good.
Yeah, we're not going to be needing this plane. Hey, look, Magneto, you're lifting it easily from the outside. Maybe you could have also done it on the inside. Also, gotta say, this is Storm's best haircut out of all the movies. Look at that. Look at that. How badass can you get when you are floating with a stadium over your head and robots at your beck and call? Oh, I love this. Look at that. You're trapped. You are trapped, and nobody's going to be able to get through to you for at least an hour. And he has you at his mercy. And you do not have plastic guns yet. You are screwed beyond all reasoning.
Is everybody okay?
I mean, that's a good start. He wasn't able to stop them all. And there goes Storm. And just like that, one of your most powerful mutants is gone. Bishop's gone. I mean, these Sentinels are terrifying. They are way better than anything else. Look at that! They're already playing with portals. I'm gonna keep saying it. Oh, look at that double portal slam.
Probably not supposed to ask this kind of thing, but in the future, do I make it? No. We can change it, right?
Yeah, go all beast. See, that doesn't feel like beast to me. That do I make it? It's like, yeah, do what you were made for. That. And it would have been helped if he had adamantium claws. And then you think, all right, the big badass Logan. He doesn't have metal in his claws anymore. He can chop Magneto to bits. Come on, Logan. But it's not about Logan. This scene where he stabs him with rebar. Like, you don't have metal bones? That's fine. I'll just stick metal through you. And I don't need you anymore. You're gone. Just like always, Magneto versus Wolverine is not a match.
So much for being a survivor.
Gone. You're gone. Goodbye. It's over. And it's not like his bone claws are even strong enough to cut those things. Now, I wonder at this point, is she even needed to keep the timeline open?
One of them is in here. Don't kill it. I need it alive.
Really, Trask? Really? Because right now, none of you are getting out of here alive. Hey, you metal bunker. It's now not so hidden under there. Oh, and I love the way he just rips it off too, just like it's a flippin'. Oh, it's raw. Uh-oh. Call it back, baby. Ain't no holler back, girl. Holler it back. The guns pointed at their heads, just like X-Men 1. It's so many callbacks in this movie.
You built these weapons to destroy us. Why? Because you are afraid of our gifts.
And then
we are different. Humanity has always feared
Colossus.
that which is different. Well, I'm here to tell you. To tell the world. You're right to fear us.
Oh, I should have said that, man. But here's the thing, I don't like that Wanda is a little girl. They're twins.
Will suffer the same fate as these men you see before you.
Diamond. That's calling back to Emma Frost.
Today was meant to be a display of your power. Instead, I give you a glimpse of the devastation my race can unleash on yours.
I wonder, is that a Darwin? No. Lady Deathstrike. I didn't notice how many powers were in these things.
I say this. No more hiding. No more suffering.
You have lived in the shadows in shame and fear for too long. Come out. Join me.
It's like this girl, she is flipping amazing.
New tomorrow. That starts today.
It's a vision that he's trying to make true, but we keep on cutting back to what it leads to. The mutual destruction of the human and mutant race. Alright, nice man, you're the last defense.
Stand down. Stand down. You want to make a statement? Kill me. Fine. But spare my
Yeah, I was like, Nixon, you're not really that decent.
That ain't right, Mr. President. You have no intention of sparing any of us. The future of our species begins now.
I hope you guys can see me. I can't actually. Now, who had that gun? Did she bring that herself? Oh man, my computer screen's maxing out. I hope this isn't in the stream. I'm going to do something quickly. There we go. There we go. My screen was just. Yeah.
Get out of my head, Charles.
Raven.
That's so Raven.
Look around you. We already are.
Not all of us. All you've done so far is save the lives of these men. You can show them a better path. Shut her down, Charles. I've been trying to control you ever since the day we met. And look where that's got us.
This is a great scene too. Like Charles could have shut her down. He could control her, make her be the hero.
He's in your hands.
But he's leaving it up to her. He's having faith in someone. That's what Magneto doesn't have. He doesn't have faith in people or mutants or anything. He's just putting it in her hands. The choice to save the future. And they were like, what the heck is this? Man, the heads thing opening up, it's like a mouth. Just put the gun down. The more you point it, the more they feel like... I guess that must be her gun, that she was prepared to fight against Magneto, because I don't know if any of the others even would have a plastic gun. And then here it is. And I love this scene. Or I love when we finally catch up with Logan.
He's all yours, Charles.
Yeah, there you go.
If you let them have me, I'm as good as dead.
Yep.
You know that.
I know.
Goodbye, old friend.
You should be dead, Eric.
Goodbye, Eric.
With what you did, it's almost inconceivable. Without his helmet, Magneto, there's only so much that Magneto can do.
Sure you should let me go. Yes. I have hope for you. There's going to be a time there when we're all together. What about Logan?
Okay. Guys, I love this movie a lot. I've made that clear. This one scene coming up makes no sense. Oh, no, not this scene. This scene's fine. I love this scene. Never mind. Sorry. I thought it was a different scene that was coming up. I love this scene. I just want to say Logan waking up to the new future that he's living in. This ending is so perfect. It's a perfect ending to the. I'm not tearing up. I'm a little tired. I'm just. And you watch and you're like, everything turned out okay. We're okay. You're like, not everything happened the way we would want in this franchise. But we came out okay. And that's great. Kitty Pryde and Colossus are there. They're a couple, probably. Because they are in the comics. Kelsey Grammer! That Beast makeup wasn't as good as X3, I'm going to say. But it's Kelsey Grammer. Who cares? We got Aurora. I mean, Logan, who has been through so much crap, and he's the only one that remembers the future of the terrible future that he was a part of. And there she is.
Hello there. Are you okay?
And I gotta say, I screamed in the theater when this scene happened. It's like, ah, it's Cyclops! Yay!
You see, Scott.
Okay.
Logan, is everything all right?
Yeah.
Yes, things are fine. And it's such a great thing because, like, this franchise stood the test of time. Spider-Man franchise rebooted. Daredevil never got off the ground. Hulk never got off the ground. Blade got 2 good movies and then sucked at the 3rd one. X-Men had its ups and downs. It's had good. It's had bad.
The class to teach. History.
And
actually, I could use some help with that. Help with what?
In this.
Pretty much everything after 1973.
In this movie, we get everything perfect. It's everything we want.
I'll come back. It's good to see you, Charles. It's good to see everyone. Well, I have a promise to keep.
Yeah.
You and I have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah.
And it's cool because I feel like Charles can recreate his memories of this new life. So he can.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. Here's the one scene I don't like.
A new and uncertain world.
Why is Mystique here? Look, this is the scene. Stryker gets his hands on Wolverine, and he's going to do terrible, terrible, terrible things to him.
A world of endless possibilities. And infinite outcomes.
And that's how it should end. He gets his metal adamantium claws.
Countless choices
And
define our
yeah.
each choice, each moment, a ripple.
He gets it. He's in Stryker's hands.
What to do with the Major Stryker? Enough ripples. And you change the tide.
And then, what is this?
I'll take it from here. For the future is never truly set.
And then Mystique's eyes, and you're like, wait, what? What? Wait, what? Was it? What? But then they don't do anything with it. The next movie, he's in Stryker's hands, and it's flipping into the... Okay. Yeah, that ending I didn't like. I didn't think it was any good. But the rest of the movie is so good. I love X-Men Days of Future Past. We're going to see where it ends up in the rankings. I'm not going to spoil anything. Oh, shoot. I'm going to skip credits. Was there an after credit sequence? Oh, yes. Yes. Just Apocalypse. Apocalypse. I forgot. And I had been looking forward to Apocalypse for a long time. I was like, I keep on wanting to see him and stuff because the first season of Wolverine and the X-Men was about Sentinels and it was about Magneto and stuff. And then we were going to get Apocalypse back, or we were going to get Apocalypse in the second season, but it never happened. So I was like, yes, Apocalypse, let's do this. And then, well, we'll see what happens when we get to that one. Tomorrow night, Apocalypse and his 4 horsemen over there. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I think X-Men Days of Future Past is great. It's a love letter to the original movies. It's a continuation of the story. It is... Like, the problems I have with this movie are minimal. They're small. I love it. I love this movie so much. So thank you. It's been a long night. It's 1 o'clock in the morning where I am. I can't even imagine how late it is for some of you. So I'm just going to say goodnight. I think I might have time for one tomorrow. So I guess the next one we're going on to X-Men Apocalypse. And then Logan, I might not have time for Logan tomorrow. Maybe on Friday. We'll see. But yeah, definitely I'll try to see if I can get Apocalypse done tomorrow. But if I won't, I'll let you know. I'll put a little details on the community page. So if you're like, hey, why hasn't he done anything? Check the community page. Thank you guys for joining me with this. It's so much fun to do these streams with you guys. Even though there's only 3 of you here, like that's still 3 people that I wouldn't have been watching this with before. I still haven't seen the road cut, Andrew. I want to see it. I still haven't gotten my hands on that copy, but one of these days I will. Wow. Good night. Good night for everybody. You all need to go to sleep, and so do I probably. So good night. I'm ending the stream. Bye.